Hi guys, welcome to the Citizen channel. I hope you're all staying safe and well. Please, if you are new to this channel, please push that subscribe button. We do everything City, past and present here on these little vlogs, so I do try and inform and entertain, and there's some links on screen as well for Facebook and Twitter where I do post loads of City stuff. So if you follow a friend me on there, I do check every few days and follow and friend everyone back. And if you do get a chance, please have a check out my film and TV channel as well, which I try and inform and entertain on there, and all the latest films and TV drama here in the UK and from around the world. So if you can check that out, that will be fantastic. Anyway, hope you enjoy today's feature. Right, welcome to the Matchday Programme Watch, the first of the 21-22 season for league games. We've done a Community Shield one, haven't we? But there's no mark for that. We're going to start marking them now, of course, and we're going to start with the Tottenham HOTSPUR game from the 15th of August 2021. So we're going to have a look through this and see what it's going to rate. And it's going to be top of the table because we haven't done any more yet, have we? So we're going to have a quick look through that Spurs programme. But before we do, yes, we've got a little prize. Excuse me. We've got a little prize. I'm losing my voice because all this giving away things. We've got to give one of these to give away. So obviously, if you tuned in for the Matchday Programme Watch for the Community Shield, I've got that's on its way to somebody. I've got a little City hat here with the little names in, etc., etc. So so I thought I'd get it on that rather than make you wait till the end or sort of skip through it. I thought I'd do it early doors. So we're going to pick a name out. So if your name is picked out, my commiserations if you're not, and obviously to the guy who's picked out, just DM me your details and I'll send that little programme off. Doesn't matter where you are, you could be in the UK or abroad, it doesn't matter where you are, I'll send it off. Right, so I'm going to pick one out here. So I'm going to get one. Have I got one? Yep, I've got one. Put that to one side. Here we go. Don't worry about the writing on the back. There we go. So, hey, there we go. Luke Chadwick. There you go. Luke's been one of my supporters from the start, but it wasn't a fix. All you other guys, well done, Luke. So, give us your details, Luke, and that'll be winging its way. Oh, you haven't already bought it. I know you do buy some of these, so you haven't already purchased that. But let me know anyway, Luke. So my commiserations to everybody else who didn't get that in the competition. My apologies. Right, so there you go, Luke. Let me know. DM me your details or reply with your details. No problem. Sorry, guys. Anyway, we'll have something soon again in the near future. Right, here we go. We're talking about this today. Spurs, 84 pages. Not bad. Yeah, quick flick through. It looked okay. A lot of images. Didn't look overly over the top with stuff in it. Obviously the normal buy, no staples with this, as you'd expect. £3.50, which isn't bad for a London programme, is it? £3.50. It's one of those that I've tried to open it up and you can sort of see the little stitching inside, because I've been trying to get, flatten it out. And it's really hard on these sort of back ones, isn't it, to do it? But yeah, flick through. It looks nice and tidy, nice and neat. Saw a picture of Vincent Kompany there with a flick through, so that was great. We've got exactly 25% promos and adverts, so obviously that's okay. We've had up to 28%, haven't we, in the past? So that's what we've got in this one. Of course, Nuno doesn't mess about. I don't know if he does speak English. I've heard him interviewed, but literally that's his column. That's his column there. Just I don't remember. He's not really wasted many words, has he, on there? But we want to be brave and unique as a team. We want to push ourselves beyond our limits to ultimately make you proud of our team. There you go. But probably about 300, 400 words. So he's a man, obviously, a few words. Does his talking on the pitch, obviously. Then you get your news desk, which talks about the players that have left Tottenham, etc. And players that have passed away as well. You had a little look at that. And a medal success at the Tokyo Games. Shalina Zadorsky and Brian Gill both won medals for the countries at the Olympics. So well done to those two guys. You get a match rewind of the game. Spurs and Arsenal, obviously the friendly. Them and Chelsea were in it, weren't they? So they didn't win that, but the M.E.N series, wasn't it? M.E.N series competition, but they did beat Arsenal 1-0, although Brentford beat them 2-0, so that doesn't mean too much, does it? Then you get your first history feature, yeah, treble top, which is looking back at Spurs hat-trick scores against today's opposition, yeah. So it looks back to 1912-13 season. So you know me, there'll be an image on screen there. I do like my old stuff like that. So that was quite interesting to have a quick read. It's only one page though, not over the top. Then they get an introduction to Christian Romero, one of the new signings. So a chat about him and the club and what he was up to, what was he doing before he joined Tottenham, about his international career as well. I think he's Argentinian, isn't he? And obviously sort of a little look at him. And then you get a supporter with his first game. Yeah, he can remember his first game. Very lucky. I can't remember I can remember more or less my first season, but I can't remember my first game. Obviously, he's going back to 1972 at White Hart Lane with his mates there. Obviously, it wasn't against City. Obviously, it was Spurs 4, Stoke 3. That was a good game to go to for your first game, wasn't it? But yeah, so obviously he's remembered. That's a good piece. So you got 2 pages on that. That's really good. Then you get your first of a couple of pages of quiz stuff. Yeah, you get quiz quarters with stuff on there. Obviously little thing, and it's obviously links with City, etc. there on the quiz. So I always like a good quiz, as you know, as you well know. Stat pack, yeah, that looks at Tottenham and Manchester City stats, obviously, and they're just I think they're just looking at the Premier League. Yeah, they're not really looking at anything else, just the Premier League stats of Tottenham against City, which sort of stands up well for Tottenham, to be honest with you. And then you get your City bit. There'll be an image on there of the opening page, but it's a bit bland, nothing much on City. It's just about 5 pages, that's all, 5 pages. And even the ink looks a bit weak on it. It's yeah, with little pen pictures, obviously, of the players and obviously stuff like that. There'll be an image of the opening page on there, but 5 pages, not much on City, is it? Not much information for the Tottenham fans who don't know much about us, but probably best not knowing. Then we get another history feature. There's some nice history features dotted about. Club historian John Fenley looks back at what supporters were reading. Well, that's interesting. So what's in the news? Oh, that's a nice touch. On their way in at half time and in the newspapers afterwards when Manchester City visited in September 1952. Yeah, so obviously the news and the programme and what happened after the game, and it was a 3-3 draw that game apparently in September 1952. So there you go. That's a nice little, again, a couple of pages. You've got obviously double top and some honours there, different things. Obviously talking about how that season went. Of course, and Arsenal were champions that season, so that wouldn't have pleased Tottenham, would it? But there you go. Then you get a couple of pages on Spurs women, which is the normal nowadays. Development squad, you get a couple of pages on those, and then get a couple of pages on the academy. So yeah, they cover the 3 different things, and you get 50-50 now. This following promotion at Brentford. So they're looking at Brentford became the 50th club to play Premier League. So we'll profile our record against 2 teams in each programme this season. So obviously 25 programmes are going to profile 2 teams. Obviously they do us in this one, and obviously they do Sheffield United, who got relegated, so they're not going to have a chance to do it in the league, are they? But obviously talks about the head-to-heads. Obviously, as I said, Tottenham's is a bit better against us in the Premier League era. Played 48, won 25, drawn 7, and they've lost 16, so we'd won 16. Goals for 67, goals against 68, but at least we scored more goals. I think those 5-1s helped, didn't they? So they collected 82 points against us. Well done, Tottenham. So they took the best win, the first meeting. Who played for both? They got veteran Kaluka here, if you remember him playing for City. Glorious goal, fun facts, etc., etc. That's a nice little touch, something a little bit interesting to read. You get the stat pack, which gives the English Premier League top 5. So obviously goals, shots, percentage of goals involved in. So it's all for last season, obviously, because we're not into this season. And Deadly Defoe, yeah, we get action from the victory over City on White Hart Lane in April 2013. Yeah, Jermaine Defoe scoring, but a fantastic image. I'll be on screen anyway, but Defoe curling that one in, didn't he? I think against City that day, but with a great maroon kit. I love that. A great picture of Vinny there, straining every sinew he can to try and stop that getting in the goal, but no such luck. Junior members, so you get the mascots today. So obviously there'll be a mascot, obviously at the game. So we've got, we're real again, aren't we? Real people in the ground, and you get another little quiz bit, word search and guess the ground, which is nice. Do I know the grounds? Let me have a quick look. Well, I know that, it tells you. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, I know that one. Yep, all 3. I know all 3 of those, so there you go. I got them right, so I'm not going to say, because you might have the programme, you might ruin it for you. And you get your shout, then it talks about the kids' birthday, the kids' birthdays as Tottenham fans. New additions, so the babies obviously in the Tottenham kits, which is always nice to see, isn't it? Well, nice to see when they got City kits on. Anyway, welcome a new warm welcome 7-year-old gesture. He's really excited about attending his first game, so that's his first game. Congratulations, the Tottenham pair have got married there, all that sort of thing. And obviously the skywalk, yeah, that's where they go to the top of the stand and they're all hooked in, aren't they? And they can sort of look over and go. I think they can they abseil down? I'm not too sure, but yeah. So they're braving the skywalk, and of course, deaths of fans as well, obituaries. That's nice. That's a nice touch. I think we do it from time to time, but obviously they've got a number of names in this one. Fans who have passed away, and then you have a look at obviously someone who's played for both teams, and they have a look at Michael Brown. So a little bit about Michael Brown. It's more about his Tottenham thing. I mean, there's a couple of images. There's a couple of image of him there, and there's another image of there. It would have been nice to have Michael Brown in a City kit as well, wouldn't it? As part of one of the, there's no reason why they couldn't have done that. It just looks a bit better, doesn't it, rather than having him both in Tottenham kits when he played for both teams. Of course, on camera from obviously a training day in the game against Arsenal, etc. Then the stats, and obviously a blank stat thing there for this season, which will gradually be filled up. Home and away, yeah, home and away. Obviously looks at Matt Doherty and he mentions his debut ground, his international debut ground, his favourite away ground. The best, he said, is Old Trafford. Most difficult, the worst. The first one he mentions, of course, the Etihad, Manchester City, because we're absolutely brilliant, aren't we? Tottenham Hotspur Stadium debut venue with the most important game. And then you get another fan thing, following the popularity in that number it's called. I want to be in that number. Horrible song. Following the popularity of this feature last season, it's back again. We put one of our fans in the hot seat each issue to find out more about their support and what Spurs means to them. So just basic standard questions. Why do you support them? Favourite photo? Pick your five-a-side Spurs team. Have you ever met a Spurs player? What is your most treasured Spurs possession? What does Spurs mean to you? And all the usual sound bites, obviously, the fans are going to come out with. And you go to the back. So, yeah, it's okay. There is history. There's some history. I mean, 5 pages for City was a bit mean. City versus Spurs history was about 8 pages, which isn't too bad. A bit Spurs history about 3 pages, so that's okay. As I say, and Mr. Nuno doesn't waste words, does he? But, yeah, 25% promo and ads. It's okay. It's okay. It's not fantastic. I've took last season's away now, so I'm not going to worry about where they came last season. I'm interested in this season. So I'm going to mark it. I'm going to give it a points out of 10. And I think I'll give a minimum of 6 to everyone. So everyone will have a 6. I'll even mark our City ones and see how they compare. I'll try and be fair if I can. But yeah, it was okay. This is volume 114, issue 2. So they must have had an issue out for the Arsenal friendly game as well, mustn't they? That must have been issue 1. So this is actual issue 2 of the season. Say £3.50. It's not bad for London. I expect ours to be £3.50. To be honest with you, when we go back against Norwich next week. Obviously, it has been £3. I did ask the question. I did ask Supporter Services, but I'm sure they got too much on the mind trying to sort out ticket problems for this Norwich game to get back to me about how much the programme's going to be. But they probably don't know, to be honest with you. And they probably haven't got that intelligence. I'm not too sure. But anyway, £3.50, not bad. So I'm going to give it a score. I am going to rate it higher than a 6. As I said, there's some nice little history things in there. As I said, not overly great. Even the City and Spurs stuff, it's more Spurs centric, which is fair enough. But sometimes you can be a bit more even with the information. So I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. Anyway, I mean, if you collect programs yourselves out there, as I say, this I got this on. I think it's called Reach Sports. Yeah, they sort of do. They don't do all the teams, but you can get some of the big teams and big games on there. So Reach Sports, and they do. Is a fair price. I mean, obviously you have to pay for postage, but obviously if I get to any of these away grounds and etc., I'll be able to pick them up myself. But most of the time, I think this season, I think the tickets will usually go quite well before I can get any. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, 6.5 out of 10. So they go to the top of the league because they're the first one. So Spurs are the top of the league. Let's hope that's the first and last time, and let's hope they're not top of the league on after they've played us, because I'm recording this the day before because I got the programmes on the Saturday before the Sunday. So even though you'll be seeing it after the game, there you go, 6.5 out of 10. There you go, and thank well done, Luke, mate, for winning the Community Shield programme. Commiserations to everybody else who entered, but thanks for taking part anyway. It's not the winning, is it? It's the taking part. No, it's the winning, isn't it? That's important. Anyway, thanks. Hope you enjoyed this. Let me know in your comments anyway. Thanks for watching. Have you got to do the rest of the day? Have a great one. Look after yourselves, look after your friends, look after your families, more importantly. Let's all look after each other. Till we meet here again on the Citizen channel. Or perhaps have a flit across. Have a rest from football. Have a look at my film and TV channel. I do some good stuff on there as well. I only ever ask one thing of you, don't I? Please stay safe, Blues. Come on, City. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.